One of the things we deal with is where does the sand come from and how has human activity affected that? Somewhere between probably 75% and 95% of the sand on California's beaches comes out of our rivers and streams. Modest amount comes out of eroding bluffs, but the bluffs have to be sandy. San Diego is a bit of an exception where the bluffs seem to be sandier. There seem to be fewer streams providing sand, so it may be even half down there.
Yeah, the lack of sand is exacerbated by dams up our rivers, jetties and other structures like Oceanside Harbor, Bataquitos Lagoon. Also seawalls retain sand.
Concrete structures that are sort of up in the watershed have impounded or inhibited that sand from coming down the rivers and out onto the beaches.
And wherever we build anything that extends out into the surf zone, into that littoral transport zone, we're going to trap the sand, just like a dam on a streams. One of the things we've done on a large scale is coastal engineering structures. And California has not only some big harbors with major breakwaters, but lots of smaller marinas and harbors.
One of the issues that we've been dealing with a lot in the Surfrider Foundation is the fight against seawalls. One of the problems with seawalls is that wherever you put a seawall, it's on an eroding beach. And through a process called passive erosion, you slowly lose your beach.
When you set the back beach, whether it's a seawall or a parking lot or a railroad or a highway, and sea level continues to rise, but the beach can't migrate, basically you drown, you flood the beach.
What we're seeing is that line, the ocean trying to push that line for inland. We're trying to hold it in place, and the part that gets stuck in the middle there is the beach. So it's that sandy interface between the land and the sea. If we continue to hold that line in place, but sea levels continue to rise and beaches continue to erode, eventually we will have no beach in many places.
So we've definitely engineered the coastline, and there's a cost to that.
What we really need to do is come up with a plan that, one, makes sure that nobody builds on the edge of a bluff, and if they build on the edge of the bluff, they automatically waive their right to build a seawall in the future. And eventually what we really want to see is planned retreat.
Planned retreat is a concept whereby, since the property owners are using public beach to build their seawalls, that they pay rent for the time their seawalls are in place, and at the end of that period, the rent is used to buy their properties back and remove the seawalls.
Surfrider's policy on beach dredge and fill is that it can be used as a last resort, while we advocate for a managed retreat. So moving things back from the coast, we recognize that as a temporary measure, in some places, beach nourishment may be the right choice.
One solution is not what is going to work. It took us 50 years to get in this mess. These houses should have never been built this close to the beach. The harbor and the dams probably never should have been built if our concern was getting sand flow to the beaches. So you need to supplement with sand, but that's not the only solution. You have to recognize it's an eroding coastline and find a way to start moving back. Fixing the beaches with seawalls over the long term is going to destroy the beaches forever. You'll never be able to get enough sand to overcome that erosive force.
Sea level is rising more and more rapidly. Our beaches are getting more and more narrow. With the shoreline constantly changing and wanting to move in and out naturally due to sea level rise, due to coastal erosion, due to loss of sand, we need to have our coastal managers, the people that are making the decisions on where things are built, how they're built, those decisions need to be made with a sense of adaptation, of actually being able to sort of alter the way that they plan based on what scientists see coming in the future. Once we see our beaches getting to the point where people can't come and play on the coast anymore, and all you have is, mansions with rocks and concrete in front of them and ocean, and you can no longer access the beach. I think people in our society they're gonna be upset about that. I think we're gonna have to move back from the coast, from the beach, because it's sort of, the beach is the #1 tourist destination. It's where people come to relax, people come to play. And if that's taken away from them, they're going to be angry.
Okay, I hope you enjoyed that. That's going to be part of our web assignment. I'll show it tomorrow in class. Bye.